So just tell me like your name and where you're from and how long you've been living in St. Petersburg.
My name is Michel. I'm from Syria, and I've been living in Russia for 6 years. In St. Petersburg for 1 year.
What brought you to Russia?
Studying. I study medicine here.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And you've been a stand-up comedian for?
For more than 1 year. Yeah, I'm not a stand-up comedian. I'm trying to be. Yeah.
So, so more of a doctor than a comedian.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
And what's it like being a Syrian doing stand-up comedy in English in Russia?
It's cool because the English stand-up scene here is not big, so they are so welcoming. So wherever you are from, you will be welcome. So yeah.
And
Fireworks.
and so, what is some of the material that you've talked about?
Well, I talk about my name actually because my name is Michel and it's unusual for Syrians. Actually, like Syrians knows that it's a usual name for some of Syrians, but here it's not usual. So I talk about that because I have a lot of funny moments, like just telling people my name is Michel and I'm from Syria, and here it goes. They don't believe it, and yeah. Other things I talk about racism. Because like racism is everywhere, not only in Russia, and being a Syrian right now is not the best thing. So yeah, make fun of it.
So how do you sort of make fun of the racism? Like what experiences have you had that you have then made into your act?
Well, like for example, yeah. For example, like I am in the supermarket, waiting in a line with a friend of mine, and he's an Arab. We're talking in Arabic, and a old lady in front of us, she like just turned around and was like, "Can you speak Russian, please?" I was like, "I'm sorry, ma'am, but my friend here just moved and he doesn't speak any Russian, so I have to speak to him in my own language." And she was like, "I don't care. You are in Russia. You speak Russian." And I was like, but I don't think there is a law that says foreigners should speak only Russian in Russia. So, yes, there isn't a law, but how do I know that you are not planning a terrorist attack? I was like, what? What? That bitch. I was like, yeah, I was like, well, you will never know. And I turned back to my friend and continued speaking in Arabic, even louder, and I was just throwing Allahu Akbar every 2 seconds. Yeah.
It's fucking awesome, dude. Oh man. What other experiences have you had being a Syrian in Russia?
Well, like for example, Russians are really, like now this is not so funny, but Russians are really into Syria right now. And for example, I go to a bar, I'm drinking, and someone meet me, start talking to me in Russian, and he understands that I am not from here. And where are you from? And I was like, I'm from Syria, and I fought in Syria. I was in Syria fighting. And he starts talking to me about like, what did he see there? Or sometimes like it's not him, his friend. Like my friend or my brother now is fighting in Syria. And I'm here getting drunk. So this is not like, yeah. So this is weird, and so like they are fighting there, I'm here. So yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
What do you think of America's involvement in Syria?
It's not big, and so like I think like all the countries are involved in Syria. So I can't blame him.
And what do you think of the situation in Syria? What do you think of like Assad and everything that's happening there?
Well, like now after 9 years, it's not important anymore because like the situation got really worse and it's not really important. Like I have my own opinions about the situation, but the political situation, like because there is a humanity problem in Syria, people are dying, and I'm against that. But this political situation is so fucked up, and you don't know what's going on. Like people ask me, "Oh, tell me what's going on there. Like you're from there, you should know." No, I don't. So yeah.
And what do you hear from your family that's living there?
My like small family, like father, sisters, are not there.
Okay.
Now it's getting better. So war is almost finished. Some parts, small parts in Syria, they still have war. Now it's like more quiet and people are living there. Yeah, economy sucks, but people are dying less. Yeah.
And what do you think? Have you ever been to the United States?
No.
And so what is your view of like the American government and the American people?
I like the American culture. I've met some American people here. Most people I meet are good because like most people I meet in general are good, not only Americans, but I don't think I can make an opinion about it. About the government, I think every government works like all countries blame America to what's going on, and I guess every country, every government should work for their nation, so I can't blame anyone. As a Syrian, of course, like sometimes I blame them, but if we were if we had the power, we will do the same. So, yeah.
What would you like to see for Syria?
What?
What's your hope or your dream for?
I hope that it will be more. I hope to see my country. How to say this? Like I hope to see I don't want war anymore in Syria. That's a thing. I hope to see my country getting better in sense of equality between women and men, because we should we still have a long path to that, yeah. And I hope that we will, as Syrians, accept each other, because like the main problem in Syria is that it's our problem. We don't accept each other. We have a lot of different groups of people, and that's what caused the problem in the first place. Yeah.
So when you become a doctor, what are you going to do? Where are you going to work? You don't know?
I don't know.
What do you want to do?
I want to go to somewhere else. I don't know. I just want to see more of the world. Yeah.
Do you want to continue to be a comedian, or will comedian just be a hobby, or what do you think?
Now it's a hobby. I'm just doing it for fun. I like it. People like it, and that's why I like it. Like when I like people liking me, that's it. So yeah, but maybe in future, if I get better, I will think about it more seriously. But now, no.
Are you going to come to my show tomorrow?
For sure, man. I will be like the first one.
Do you want to do like 5-10 minutes on my show?
I will be happy to.
Okay, you can perform on my show.
Good.
All right, man. You got to tell that joke about the woman in the market.
I've done that last time, 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
I will
yeah?
do something else.
Okay.
It would be as good.
Okay. All right. Anything you'd like to say? Because most of my audience is in America, but I have people who watch my YouTube all over the world. And the reason I'm doing this documentary is to show people, because we're very much lied to in America about what life is like in Russia. We're told Russia's big and bad and everyone's evil and Putin and all this stuff. We're also lied to about Syria.
Well, like, I remember me coming to Russia. It took me a while to understand the Russian mentality and culture. It takes time. It took me maybe 3 years to fully understand them. But after that, I guess like every nation is good. All people are good. All people are bad in the same time. So yeah, just like we should put more effort to understand each other, and that's it.
What were some of the things that it was when you first moved to Russia that were sort of challenging or difficult to understand about the culture?
Their language, like Russian language is so difficult, and they are not used to foreigners speaking their languages. So, for example, if I want to get a job in Russia, it won't be easy. Even simple jobs where you don't have to talk a lot, you only have to talk a little bit, and even though but we need someone who knows Russian perfectly. And to know Russian perfectly, it means they need a Russian person. So yeah, and it's harder to get a job here, for example, if you don't know Russian very well. So it's hard to. So yeah, people here they are so honest. In Syria, we are more nice, even if we don't like the person. So it's hard to understand that if they are not smiling to you, it doesn't mean that they don't like you. So yeah, but maybe sometimes they don't like you. But yeah, it doesn't mean that sometimes. Sometimes a person may talk to you in a very harsh way, but he loves you anyway, or he doesn't hate you, but he just that's the way he talks.
Okay, man. Anything you want to ask me, or
what do you think about her? What did you see? You've been here for a week, so yeah.
I've been here for a week, a little over a week, and it's so much not what I thought it would be. It's so much more nice and beautiful and different, and the people are different. The food is good. My whole life I've been told, the Soviet Union and the Russia, it's so bad. And I meet all these different people, and everybody's been so nice and kind. And I've met, different foreigners living here, like Steve, or I've talked to Americans that live here.
Yeah.
And so it's been really interesting. I love this kind, and St. Petersburg is beautiful.
It is.
I had a nice time in Moscow, but this city is beautiful.
It's beautiful, yeah.
And so I really like it here, and I hope to return.
I hope so too. As well, seriously.
Okay, man.
Thank you.
Allah Akbar.
Allah Akbar.
No, it's Salam alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.